Hello there and welcome to another episode of the Bloke That Bakes. It feels like almost a year has passed since I was making those delicious Yorkshire puddings, and that's because it has. We're almost a month into 2017 now, and it's time for a different kind of New Year, Chinese New Year, or should I say, the Year of the Cock. And to mark the Year of the Cock, I thought I'd rise to the occasion and pump out a brand new recipe. Today, I'm going to be making a Chinese-inspired Hongbao Dangao, or red packet cake. Now, while most Hongbao are filled with money to give to friends and family during the Spring Festival, mine is going to be filled with a chocolate cake and an orange buttercream icing filling. Woman Kaishiba!
You're gonna need a cup of butter, an orange, a cup of granulated sugar, 3 eggs, a cup of plain flour, a teaspoon of baking powder, because what would a cock year celebration cake be without a strong rise? Red and yellow food colouring, 85 grams or 1/3 of a cup of cocoa powder, vanilla essence, and 1.5 cups of icing sugar.
First things first, let's start with the basic nuts and bolts of any cake recipe. Sugar, butter, whack them together and cream yourself. A little bit of beginner's advice. Probably not best to start with this because it's a little bit too fast and it makes your mixture do this. No, not yet. This is embarrassing. Bloke that doesn't know how to bake. Oh yeah, it's starting to soften up a treat now, look at that.
It's time for that all-important baking powder. Add it into a separate bowl along with the flour, cocoa powder, and a cheeky pinch of salt. And mix. Better than me.
Oh God. Oh, and again. Now, in order to maintain a smooth cake batter, we need to add our bits in stages. We've got to add 1/3 of this flour and cocoa powder mix, along with 1 egg, and keep going until we've got none left.
Dry mix, then egg, times by 3. Repeat after me.
You're probably wondering when this cake's going to become a chocolate orange cake. Well, right now, because I'm going to grate the zest of 1 entire orange into the cake mixture. Freshly shaven orange, so zesty.
Oh, that looks nice.
Oh, chocolatey orange coming out of treat. My own biggest fan. Smelling great, Mark. Right, it's time to stick this puppy in the oven, and we're going to be doing a batch bake. So split your mixture into 2 halves. Stick the first into a pre-greased loaf tin, conveniently the shape of a red packet. While that's baking in the oven, we like to keep ourselves busy here at Bloke That Bakes, so let's crack on with the orange buttercream icing, for which we'll need the juice of 1 orange, butter, and icing sugar. Ooh, 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 there she blows.
Now to add a spurt of colour into the creamy iced topping of your cock year cake. A rich patriotic red for the topping, or Hong as they say in Chinese, hence the name Hongbao. Duh! And yellow to stuff in the middle of our sponge, as well as for the decoration details.
Time to let the cream see the cake.
Look at that thick yellowy buttercream. Looks just like Pikachu if he got put through a blender. Then carefully execute the sandwich squish to complete the layering of the cake, before sniffing that zesty chocolate orange sponge. And finally, channel your inner artist, or plasterer, to sculpt and craft a most magnificent Hongbao.
There you have it, my Hongbao Dangao, or red packet chocolate orange cake. This little character that I managed to squeeze out on top is Fu in Chinese, and that signifies fortune. So hopefully the year of the cock will be one with plenty of money for me. Let's slice this puppy up and give it a try. That's terrible. Ooh, probably One of the softest and also firmest cakes I've made in my time. That took some sawing. Let's have a bite and see how it tastes. It's got a crunch to it. That lovely chocolatey orangey zest is coming through very nicely. Icing, a little bit on the sweet side. Probably put too much sugar in, but a very solid Hongbao cake there. And tune in next time for more Bloke That Bakes. And for now, I wish you a very happy Chinese New Year, or as they say in China, 新年快乐. Hello there, it feels like a year. Whoa, too loud. Hey, hoi! Now while most Hongbao are filled with money to be given. Nobody knows this is the first time I made this cake. My Hongbao cake is going to be filled with chocolate cake and an orange buttercream icing. 我们开始吧!
Your cake is going to be full of cake.
Yeah, maybe I can do that really good. Baking is all about saving money as well. See on tape.